Every morning, you scan the charts, looking for that one setup. You see the confluence, RSI in the oversold zone, a Fibonacci retracement, and the trend line holding firm. Your heart rate climbs because in this moment, you feel certain. You click buy. Then the price collapses. Your stop loss is wiped out in seconds. The immediate response is a physical sinking sensation, followed by a flash of heat. Your brain demands a way to fix the pain, leading you to double down on a revenge trade just to get even. 95% of retail traders have access to the exact same software and data as the top 5% of professionals. Yet that 95% consistently loses money using the very same tools that make others wealthy. We try to solve the market like a math puzzle, but the market is a collection of thousands of people acting on individual flashes of fear or greed. When that many people bet simultaneously, the result is unstable and impossible to solve with logic alone. Mark Douglas argues in Trading in the Zone that technical analysis fails because our brains are biologically tuned to avoid pain. We prioritize safety and comfort, which is the exact opposite of what high-stakes risk-taking requires. Success in this environment comes from learning to ignore these ingrained survival instincts and training yourself to act against your own biological programming. Amateur traders believe their job is to predict the future. They see a pattern that worked last week and convince themselves they know exactly what will happen next. Professional reality is different. Every moment in the market is an entirely unique event. Two candles might look identical, but the specific group of people trading at that moment never repeats. This means the past has no actual power over the next tick. Thinking in probabilities means treating trades like random coin tosses. Zoom out over 1,000 flips and a predictable pattern emerges. With a proven 60% win rate, the next trade is irrelevant. The math ensures the sample size eventually moves you into profit. This shift in perspective removes the pressure of being right on any specific trade. When you stop demanding to know the future, the fear of being wrong simply evaporates. Most retail traders use their P&L to measure their self-worth. They need to prove their analysis is correct, which makes every hit to their stop loss feel like a personal attack. The market exists without feeling or agenda. It provides price movement and opportunity, but it remains entirely indifferent to your needs, your bills, or your ego. Professionals treat every outcome as simple data. If you take a loss, your account reflects a smaller number, but your system gains a data point. This makes a stop loss the necessary cost of finding the next win. Confidence is the quiet understanding that your process is robust enough to survive a series of losses. It is the belief in your long-term edge rather than a hope for a short-term win. Relinquishing the need to be right allows you to observe the market without bias. You become a neutral observer, unaffected by the fluctuations of a single position. When a trade moves against you, your brain perceives the financial loss as a biological threat. This triggers a fight or flight response, causing a spike in cortisol that can override every logical rule you've ever learned. Professionals use this physical tension as a systemic alarm. Instead of letting fear drive them to abandon the plan, they use it as a signal to tighten their focus on their risk management rules. Discipline is the act of sitting on your hands when the market is volatile, refusing to chase a candle just because it's moving fast. It is the commitment to follow your rules even when your emotions are screaming at you to intervene. This leads to effortless execution. You trust your statistical edge so completely that you step out of your own way. You place the trade, set the parameters, and let the market do the work. Successful traders let the market go wherever it wants. They focus entirely on their own hands, keeping them away from the mouse until the system confirms it is time to act. Look at the difference in these two accounts. One trader constantly changes strategies after losses. The other executes with mechanical repetition. A profitable strategy becomes a liability without consistency. By repeating actions over a large sample, you transform random movement into predictable growth. This is the zone, a state where the friction between your plan and your actions disappears. You no longer struggle with the decision to buy or sell. You simply follow the indicators as they appear. In this state, the emotional noise fades. You read the movement on the screen and respond with the same detachment you would use to check the weather. You are simply a witness to the probability playing out. You cannot control where the market goes next, but by mastering your own internal responses, you allow the mathematical edge of your system to finally perform its work.